The noise around Shedeur Sanders has hit a new level, and this time it's Miami at the center of it all. Dolphins fans are restless after a dreadful start to the season, and the calls for change under center are getting louder by the day. Tua Tagovailoa, once believed to be the franchise cornerstone, is now under fire for his turnovers and struggles under pressure. Into that storm comes Sanders, a name that has been on everyone's lips since the Browns' chaos began. Fans are openly begging the Miami front office to make a move, flooding social media with pleas like, "Dear Dolphins, trade for Shedeur Sanders, please." And what makes this rumor even more intriguing is Sanders himself fanning the flames. He recently reposted a Dolphins-related post, suggesting he's paying close attention to the chatter swirling around the league. Insiders are now reporting that Sanders may have given the green light to the idea of joining Miami. While no official announcement has been made, the signals are becoming harder to ignore. This isn't just idle speculation anymore. Shannon Sharpe himself revealed that Miami's interest is real and that the Dolphins are seriously considering making a quarterback change. With their playoff ambitions slipping, the Dolphins need stability and a spark, and Sanders represents both. For them, this could be the bold swing that changes their trajectory. For Sanders, it could be the fresh start he's been waiting for. Cleveland, however, isn't making it easy. Kevin Stefanski has tried to downplay the rumors, stressing that tough roster decisions are always part of football, but the Browns are not ready to let Sanders go. The front office knows his market value is sky high, and losing him now could cripple the franchise's future. Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, is reportedly standing firm, rejecting early approaches from Miami and insisting Sanders remains central to their plans. But even with those denials, cracks are starting to show. Local journalists have openly questioned whether Cleveland is truly sold on Sanders' progress. Some believe the team's indecisiveness is proof they're ready to move on. Others argue that if they were committed to him as the face of the franchise, these trade rumors wouldn't be allowed to spin so far out of control. What's undeniable is that the Browns' mishandling of Sanders' rise has only amplified his fame. Instead of showcasing him as the cornerstone of their rebuild, they've left him in limbo behind Joe Flacco's declining performances and Dylan Gabriel's unproven potential. Mary Kay Cabot has already blasted the Browns for creating instability with their quarterback competition, a move she believes has destroyed cohesion and stalled development. And the harder the Browns try to contain the narrative, the more Sanders' popularity grows. His fan base is massive, loyal, and vocal. When his name trends, people listen. That kind of visibility is something the Dolphins would happily welcome, both on and off the field. The situation is spiraling for Cleveland. They've dropped 2 straight games, their offense is in shambles, and Stefanski's stubborn play calling has only made things worse. Joe Flacco has admitted his own struggles, acknowledging slow reads and poor execution, but his honesty doesn't change the fact that the team is sinking. Rumors now swirl that Gabriel could start the next game, but that decision is fraught with risk. If Gabriel fails, Stefanski could lose the locker room entirely. If Sanders leaves, the Browns will not only lose their brightest prospect, but also their credibility as a franchise that can nurture young talent. On the other side, Miami offers Sanders something Cleveland can't: stability, vision, and a clearer path to success. With the Dolphins, Sanders wouldn't be thrown into a crisis. He'd join a team that, despite its early struggles, still has playoff-caliber talent. Surrounded by weapons and given the chance to develop without constant drama, Sanders could finally showcase the talent that made him one of the most talked-about prospects in football. It wouldn't just be a fresh start. It could be the launch pad to superstardom. The Dolphins are a team in need of a face for the future, and Sanders is a young quarterback hungry for a stage. The fit feels natural, almost inevitable, and yet nothing is set in stone. The Browns' front office is fighting to keep him, Dolphins fans are begging for him, and Sanders himself seems to be signaling that he's ready for change. What happens next will shape 2 franchises: Cleveland, desperate to avoid another rebuild disaster, and Miami, desperate to turn hype into playoff success. If Sanders heads to Florida, it could change the AFC landscape overnight. If Cleveland manages to hold on, they'll have to prove they can give him the platform he needs to thrive, or risk watching him stagnate until the pressure forces their hand. So now the question falls to you. Should Shedeur Sanders stay in Cleveland and try to fight through the chaos, or is Miami the fresh start he needs to unlock his full potential? Would the Dolphins be making a franchise-defining move by trading for him, or are they risking another high-profile gamble? One thing is certain: the next few weeks will determine not just Sanders' future, but the direction of 2 entire franchises. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the NFL world is watching every move.